In the fast-paced, high-stakes world of celebrity culture, where tweets can trigger headlines and fashion critiques turn into fan wars, few pop culture feuds have resonated through the internet quite like the one between Ciara and Rihanna. But what started as a light dig on fashion police in 2011 would morph into a decade-long story of growth, grace, and ultimate reconciliation between two powerhouse women, both of whom would rise from young stars into mothers, moguls, and icons in their own right. It was 2011 when the spark ignited. On an episode of Fashion Police, Ciara, affectionately known as C to fans, was asked for her take on Rihanna's bold look at the Brit Awards. Her response was lighthearted but laced with honesty. She said Rihanna hadn't always been the nicest. When they'd met in the past, it wasn't a full-on drag it, with shaded tea at most, but, in the age of instant virality, those few words were enough to send Twitter into meltdown. Within hours, Rihanna, ever the queen of clapbacks, responded with the now infamous tweet, "My bad CI, did I forget to tip you?" A shot fired across the digital stage that would forever be remembered as one of the most brutal celebrity tweets in pop history. Ciara didn't back down. She came back with a line that would define the feud's tone. "Trust me, Rihanna, you don't want to see me on or off the stage." It was peak 2010s internet drama, bold, fiery, and magnetic to fans of both sides. People chose sides. Twitter threads dissected every emoji, memes were born. For months, this was a top-tier topic in pop culture discussions, magazine columns, and online forums, but it didn't stop there. Rihanna followed up with a second tweet, one that has since become legend. "Good luck booking that stage you speak of." The internet went wild. Not only was the remark icy, but it also fed into ongoing fan debates about chart dominance, industry success, and career longevity. The two weren't just feuding, they were being pitted against each other in a battle of image, influence, and relevance. In retrospect, it was a moment reflective of the broader ways society often pits powerful women against each other in the name of entertainment. But what makes this story so much more than a Twitter feud is how it ended, not with another savage tweet, not with a viral diss track, but with a full-circle moment of maturity, evolution, and mutual love. Years later, after time, motherhood, and real life had softened edges, Ciara and Rihanna would find themselves not on a virtual battlefield, but on the same carpeted steps of fashion's most iconic night, the Met Gala. It was 2025, and both women were no longer just they were mothers, CEOs, cultural icons who had transcended their early 2000s personas to become forces of influence across fashion, beauty, philanthropy, and womanhood itself. During an appearance on Watch What Happens Live, Ciara reflected on their reunion with warmth and sincerity. "We were babies back then," she said, smiling. "Now, we're mamas doing our thing. It's all love." The simplicity of that line was powerful. It spoke volumes about forgiveness, perspective, and the way life humbles and heals. The two had shared a real conversation, not under the scrutiny of flashing lights or filtered posts, but as women mothers connecting beyond the noise. Rihanna, now expecting her third child, was at a different stage in life, just as Ciara had also grown into her own as a wife, mother, and fashion entrepreneur. The tension that once lingered had dissolved into something new, something more honest and human. This wasn't just a story about two pop stars who had beefed. It was about two women who evolved in the public eye, allowed space for mistakes, and ultimately chose respect and love over drama.